Let's hope that doesn't get shut off again. Someone just ending what I'm doing over and over again. Just to clarify, we're gonna check if this works. You just turn the stream back on. We'll just wait until this gets up and running. Someone is ending what I'm doing over and over again. Okay, the audio works. Hey, hey. We're gonna check if this works. Just turn the stream back on. Hey, hey, that's pretty okay. Alright. Turn this down for a second. I'm sorry, I know the music in Terraria actually bangs into eternity, but I don't need it echoing into the microphone as I'm talking. I'm doing this without headphones, so you know what I mean by that. Isn't that kind of annoying? We used to have this issue where things were essentially, hold on, I wanna see if this still works. Things are essentially being messed with someone else controlling the stream. And, just to clarify, I have been going through a lot, so it's rather upsetting when I try to sit down and make something or make some artwork or something like that, and someone will think that they have power over what I'm doing, and it is a whole... Okay, so it does work. I just checked. Yeah, but the whole power complex and dynamic of that kind of thing is one of those things to me that just like stands out as very, very horrible behavior from whoever is doing it. And you can't really tell them anything, apparently, because, they don't respect your boundaries to begin with. But it's taken days to get Terraria up and running, and I actually do want to play this game, so we are going to play it. I just have to make this character. Oh, and by the way, this is a video game. But like I said, I have been going through a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Right? And I really don't even... I don't know how to describe it sometimes. Because in some way, shape, or form, there is way too much happening to me at one point in time to ever really have kind of a observation of it. You just have to go through it, and then it ends up being one of those things that you, in any mindset, need a break from, and you never truly get a break from trauma. Especially things that are traumatic and that you go through and people wouldn't really understand because they've never had to go through that kind of thing. So I'll sit and I'll think about it for a little bit. And does it bother me? Sure. Actually, it does. It quite does. It does bother me a lot. But it's nothing to... I mean, I'm a strong person, to be honest with you. I would equate myself as like a strong person. Very wholeheartedly educated. I am well-rounded. I'm not doing face cam today with this just because I really just want to play the game. But, as for like the observations of, say, life or social disposition or anything else regarding that, I mean, I say I've gone through just about everything that a person could go through. I've been shot at, I've been lit on fire, I mean, I've had people try and hurt me, harm me, I've also had people help me in some ways, but to be honest with you, there's a lot that goes within bad things that happen to people rather than good things. So if you take that just as the primary observation of something that you go through, and then attempt to mitigate the facts of life, essentially, there isn't really much to go off of in that way. You can't get over, just as if someone, like if someone produces trauma in your life, you can't get over it just as quickly as someone does something nice. Just because you did something nice, it doesn't detract from the fact that someone did something just awful to you, right? And that's part of the observation of that, is that when the world treats you badly, it takes time or if someone takes advantage of you or treats you badly, it takes time to get over that. It's not something that happens overnight, right? So, with that being said, I would like to do Terraria now, and I'm just gonna do classic, even though I know hardcore would be cooler. In my entire world, actually, before I played this once before, I haven't been able to play it again, but I have never beaten this game. I have never played through it fully to the end of it, and I would like to. To be honest with you, I really love pixel games. I think they are so very fun, and to be honest with you, not being able to do things in my life is something that I've met obstacle after obstacle about, even with what I do here. So, that being said, this is a video game, and I'm gonna name the world, Mundi. Maybe not. Mundo? No. Lunas. Lunas is good. The moon world. And we're gonna do, wait, creative accessibility mode. Less damage from enemies with zero rewards. The new standard experience for those who like a fair challenge. Crimson or corruption. We'll do random, who cares? Wait, is corruption worse than crimson? I don't know what to do. I've met obstacle after obstacle, even with like trying to sit down and actually make something. So I'll be writing, right? I'll write I have a full fiction novel, and I'm also working on academic research, which I bring up a lot because it takes a lot of time to have a cohesive standpoint on something that you are well versed in, your research, and you do a lot of writing regarding that. And I also have a fiction novel that I'm working on, and I'll sit at my computer and wonder why it's malfunctioning as a basis when it is a machine that operates in a specific way. So, when my stream and everything that I'm doing regarding my artwork is disrupted and someone's turning it off and on again as if it's a joke, I sit there and I wonder who in their right mind is going to put up with that kind of treatment, you know what I mean? I would just want that person away from me. I would want them completely gone. I don't want you to disrupt what I'm doing in a creative mannerism. Sorry, excuse my language. But even in that, it's also an observation of, say, kicking a painter's easel over in the park. Would you walk up to an artist painting a picture in the park and kick over their easel and say, "I don't like your painting"? Well, what the fuck is wrong? Excuse my language. What the frick is wrong with your goddamn boundaries if you think that's a socially acceptable thing to do? You know, it's not. It's really not. So, now as we sit here and start the Terraria game, I'm just going to tell you, it's my day off from work. I just want to sit down and play this game. I've been treated very horribly, as we've seen, for months, years on end. I'm not out of quips, gaffs, goofs, and catchphrases. I just want to sit down, right? But that being said, yeah, this was a video game, and you know what I mean? Like, let's just get down into it. Let's get right into this world creation mechanism. It's a pixel game. You know what I mean? I like this kind of stuff. Alright, yes, okay. Right, okay, yes, okay, alright, yes. And when I stream on the platform, when I do anything on the platform, I'm always abiding by terms of service. I'm 100% always abiding by terms of service. I have a cohesive thought with what I present. Everything that I do is very polished, and it's not something that your average person would do, because I've been doing it for a long time. Like, it's been over 8 years, I guess. at least on Twitch in that aspect, and then just to have someone walk over, and this is something I've been dealing with for years, just kick over my easel as I'm painting this picture, because essentially streaming is an art form at the basis of it. Streaming is an art form. You have to have very good people skills. You have to have a cohesive idea, a thought, a personality, a broadcaster sense. You have to have certain like aspects about of your personality that you would like to show to other people, and maybe even have the realm of skills or thinking to be a teacher, to be someone who actually impacts the way that things are seen from the way that other people are. You know. And on that relative basis, those people who are very popular, even on the platform, and I will not say that I'm very popular. I really actually don't even care about the popularity contest, to be honest with you. But when people are on the platform and they are very popular, they also serve as a standpoint for, say, relative normalcy, because a lot of people on the internet do not know how to orient themselves. Even a lot of people in the world do not know how to orient themselves or even address certain things properly. So, I mean, in that aspect, you can teach people to do a lot of good just through being an example for other people. With that being said, no face cam today. Usually I'll be in the little bottom right corner. No, just Terraria gameplay for me today, just that. I don't really care. I don't care. And I'll do it again too, because not only is it a free platform, and I will say this, I will commend Twitch on its basis for freedom and ability for people to create and to, build something that they'd like to. I will give it that. But also, when you run into those kind of types on the internet, say like the random guy with no respect for what you do, or, someone who's a bit, just off-putting in some way, you might find yourself dealing with like certain characters or archetypes or even their ego, or, I can clearly see your INFP and your INFT and you're an INFJ, right? There's different personality types that people have, right? And you might do well to even observe aspects of personality, because in groups of friends, there's always those people. There's people who are quiet. There's people who take the lead. There's leadership roles. There's also comedy relief people. I don't even know. So one of your friends. Now I don't have any friends. Okay. But one of your friends might be someone who always has something nice to say, who always has a joke to say, who always knows what to say in some way. And that's a role that people take, and they understand that on the basis of existing as an individual. And even then it's a good marker, well, maybe we need someone. I like hanging out with this person because they always know what to say. I like hanging out with this person because they're really funny, and because they keep me safe, or something like that, They always drive the car home when everyone is out getting drinks, right? So on the basis of that, you don't ever want to disrupt anyone as an individual at all. Well, that's everything that I've gone through up until this point. Not to mention all of, the lifestyle differences and, that antiquity with comparison, especially within my generation. It can be a lot for a person to emotionally unstrap and to unwind and to want to relax for a day and just sit and play this pixel game, right? The tiny pixel game, right? Because if you think just in antiquity, and I'll use that word again, I know it's a bit redundant, in antiquity, people are at a basis comparative to one another. And what I've gone through is something what I've gone through most people don't have to go through in their lifetime, and I pray to God that you don't have to. But I have a small bit of time here, some sanctuary in my life to just spend doing what I want to, and to create what I want to, and to be able to, mend that progress even in my psyche, just as an observation, because it's progress to sit and forgive, even the world for how it's been. maybe it is justified, maybe it isn't justified, but like on that basis, maybe forgive yourself, forgive your friend, forgive your family member, or forgive the world for whatever trauma that it's put you through in a brief moment, because not only is it difficult for everyone, but even in that observation, there's a lot more to life than sitting hanging on the fringe of disaster, expecting something to change when you can actually do something about it or move forward emotionally. And that is one part of it that I think that is interesting. On that basis, it is a video game. I'm not gonna sit and hang on all the trauma, to be honest with you. And if you're that kind of person who likes to victimize themselves, I mean, more power to you in it, but to be honest with you, I've gone through a bit too much to even think of doing that, and then my moral discrepancy just will, it doesn't conclude on that action. It really doesn't. I have to put myself first, but I also would like to be liked at some point in my life, you know what I mean? And you cannot, no one likes someone who just persistently victimizes themselves, especially even if the world did something wrong, or other people were acting wrong, or some guy walked up to you in the park and kicked over your easel, and then stomped on your face. Right now we're just waiting. Hey, did you know you could grab the moon? Wait, hold on, let's wait. This is a cool part. I didn't know you could do this. Hold on one second. Where's the sun? Come on, sun. Come around here. So when the sun comes up, hold on, you can grab it. Isn't that kind of cool? I did not know you could do that, and then I sat here for around 45 minutes getting all the mods in order so that I could play Terraria. And I discovered that you could do this. It's kind of cool, right? Imagine if days were like 2 seconds. The days start to feel shorter as you have more work to do, though. I mean, I guess that's an observation of everything. But essentially, I think in a lot of ways, artwork is work too. It's work that you put forth towards the world so that it can be a better place, or maybe some internal message that you'd like to portray in some way on the basis of just being an artist, and everyone can be an artist. There's no separation, there's no divisive nature of it. You can pick up whatever medium you'd like to, and take that forward with you, understanding in life. And it's interesting. And it's good, and it's fun, and that's who you are. But yeah, as we get into it, I'm really just going to like process just a bunch of stuff that's been happening to me. One thing that I'd like to just like state flat out is someone keeps ending my stream whenever they feel like it. God, I hate that. Someone will press a button or something and it will end my stream as if it's their property. As if my computer is their property, and as if what I'm making is theirs to tell me something about. In any event, I don't know what it is about people that really bugs me in that way, but you should know that you don't, as a person and an individual, you never have control over another person. Ever. If they tell you no, if they say get away from me, if they say get off my computer, that's my property, if just make that observation of it. As an individual, you never have control over another person. How hard is that? It's not. It's not really hard to understand at all, But someone every once in a while would just end my stream whenever they feel like it, and it's not as if I'm doing anything wrong. I haven't done anything wrong in my lifetime. So that and internet privacy claims and everything else attached to it. What are you doing in my computer? And it's like a grown man, right? It's another grown man with access to way too much information about my personal life or something like that. And what's interesting about it, and I will say this, is that who do you send that lawsuit to if you can't find evidence of it? And I've even documented evidence of this person doing this, but who do you send the lawsuit to if it's like an IP address to a VPN? You know what I mean? And the person just will not leave me alone. Oh my god, is the video game finally starting up? Right. Wow. And what's interesting about it, dude, is that I'm not trying to even be like, there's kind of like a, gender basis for that kind of thing. If you think some guy with a superiority complex or just some, the guy wants to do big man, little guy fight. He wants to do the big guy, little guy fight, and it just doesn't work with me, man. I just don't even want to be involved in it. I don't want to be associated with someone who thinks that they have control over another person. That's absolutely disgusting. I don't live my life for that kind of thing, dude. I don't live my life, so circumvent that observation that I need to be anything other than I am. So, with that being said, I just don't know sometimes with humanity. You don't ever have control over anybody. Ever. The world is free. You have your rights and freedom. Okay, I might have to disable some of these mods, to be honest with you. It's annoying. I'll cut to the chase. Given the intensity of various visual effects and ones, it's important that you are aware of the conflict about being toned down. The reason this is outlined so explicitly is to ensure that those with low sensitivity are aware. Display config message. Offer. There's so much going on here. It looks so much different. I downloaded a whole bunch of stuff. Let's figure this out for a sec. Okay. I don't want any lag, nothing whatsoever, so... Configuration, Calamity, Wrath of the Gods. I'm already getting killed. Okay. Something's up at this part. Hold on. Calamity, Wrath of the Gods. Big config. Oh, this is gonna take like 15 minutes to do too. God damn it. That's okay. Turn it off. Off. Okay. Save. That's great. Alright. Okay. Achievement complete. No hobo. Detected that you have enabled high FPS support motion smoothing feature. To ensure the stability of certain visual effects in the mod, this feature has been automatically disabled for you. To make sure changes take effect, it is strongly recommended. Okay, that's here. I don't want to go in Discord. I don't have a Discord. First, how do I get rid of this text? It's annoying. Oh my god. It should, for some reason, hold 1 second. It's not running correctly, fully customizable quality of life. I want it to run perfectly, because I don't want to deal with the lag. It's a 8-bit pixel game. It shouldn't lag at all. So, okay, let's understand here. So, I'll go to Calamity first. Config. What did that website do? Oh my god. Mod configuration. Config message off. Save config. Okay. I have that off. Okay. I just wonder what's making the FPS act this way, or maybe it just needs to. It just needs to adjust real quick. Wondering Fargo Souls is not compatible with Inferno mode, either disable Inferno mode or expect several bugs, balance issues, and broken. So Fargo Souls doesn't work. Should only do Calamity, huh? Maybe let's do that instead, right? So as I was saying, this game, I mean, it's taking some time to get it up and running, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna sit and bear with it and just talk to you for a bit. That is what I've been doing with lately, is just someone with boundary issues who just doesn't understand the ways of the world. And not only that, as I'm trying to do a bit more with it, to be honest with you, just to demonstrate, and albeit I am someone who takes that role. And like I said, it was in those practice situations, it is something like that in a mannerism for people to be. So some people have things they like to do. They have hobbies. They got stuff they got going on. Maybe you're someone who really just likes stuff. I don't know. I'm gonna turn off Inferno. That one's turned off. We're also gonna turn off Fargo's Souls. What does this one do in the first place? Or maybe we just keep Fargo Souls? I don't know. And I think the Terraria overhaul might be what's doing it. And then I also want to look at other stuff. So, one second. Disable evil biomes right now. That one's not even that bad. I think I like the fact that it does. Never mind. I'm gonna fix it. These other shop expander, cookie list bags, color calamity, no more tunes, cocoa netlib. What is this? I don't know what that is. Just general improvements, smarter cursor, faster UI, length effect. I figured it out for a sec. You're running a bit better now. Let's see here. Okay, I need the mods. Give me the mod. And to be honest with you, I've never played through the whole vanilla version of this game, but there is a lot of stuff that's added, and I believe it had its last update about it. So, that being said, I would like to actually complete this at one point, and that is something that I would like to do. I don't know what Fargo Souls is. I want to know what it is. Let's see more info. Soul is a concept mod that adds powerful enchantments and Soul's accessories, as well as variety of bosses and mini bosses. I actually kind of like that. Never mind. I'm gonna actually go where it's at, right? I am so fucking exhausted, man. And then the game crashes. What is it? So this is what I don't know why the game would crash for, because all the games are integrated into the team mode loader. Well, that's fine. 1 second here. Just open the same. Why is it black screen right? Why is it black screen right? Oh my god, why is it black screen? Okay. See, the game crashed. Main engine crash. Tip, this is likely a mod's fault. What are we looking for, right? Fancy lighting mod. I think could be what's going on. So now we're just gonna wait here. Let's hope the guy who just wouldn't stop ending my stream whenever he'd like to, leave me the fuck alone, alright? Excuse my language, the frick alone. The guy leaves me the frick alone. Waiting, waiting. We're just waiting for it to work. Just waiting for the Terraria gameplay to work. Yes, okay, yes, okay. Yes. I'm going to be playing this for hours. I'm going to sit and relax, and I will even make a food. I will make a food. If this works correctly, I will make a food, and then I will play it, okay? God, that may sound a little bit weird, but man, I am exhausted. I haven't gotten to do anything fun in years, months, to be honest with you. Years. And I have a bit of stories to share. I have a lot of things about me. Okay, and this is just what I like to do, so don't bother me right now. Don't bother me, please. And we'll see if this works correctly. Okay. Okay. Oh my god, just hurry up. We'll just cancel it. Okay, we'll just cancel it and go find the fancy lighting mod that won't work. I'm going to tell you. It's just like, I'm gonna have to post the mod list on Steam or something later. Just this one actually works. Loot beams, that's unnecessary. It's all sparkly anyways. We're just gonna drop everything that's unnecessary, alright? We don't need a crew and utilities, I'm very honest with you. Achievement mod? Well, that'll tell us when we did something, so okay. Material generators. I like that. Journey storage. Magic storage, research. Recipe browser and magic storage. Okay. Just making sure all of this stuff is working. Lightning rod. But yeah, I mean, I do have like some stories after this. I just want to I want to make sure that this is okay and that I can be playing the game and that it works and that there's no reason to ever edit the settings again. And then you know, you can get into it, right? You can. It'll start to make sense eventually how things are. Property panel can be disabled. I do not know why that's there. Okay. So, yeah. This should all work now. A fully customizable quality of life mod I don't need. Better inventory, improved gem rings, magic builder, alien burgers. Can I shimmer this? Shimmy shimmy yeah. Enchanted glint effect? Let's disable that. Maybe that's why. Heart crystals and life fruit grow. Boot beam. Lens unlimited buff spots. I forget. I'm playing the game alone, which can be a bit difficult, so I'm going to add some other stuff. Just because I don't want to have to deal with like not being able to beat something, you know what I mean? Because usually the game is played with multiple people. It's not really meant to be played alone, so you can kind of like edit that kind of thing out. Well, not edit it, but you know, there's some stuff that you can do with it. Especially with the landing, it makes it a little difficult, to be honest with you. So, I really like this game. It's kind of like Minecraft. It was before Minecraft, but it's kind of like Minecraft. Where there should be like a longer version of it. You don't have to like specifically play Terraria. They could even integrate it into Twitch chat. It would be kind of cool to see like chat bubbles and what their messages over their head while they're chatting in Twitch. That seems like kind of cool. That would actually make me, you know what I mean? That make me like want to, you know. Oh, we're waiting now. Hopefully this doesn't crash. But yeah, that being said, I mean, I do work on my writing, too. So I have, like, this whole fiction novel that I'm working on, and I don't know if it's any good, but I'm going to have it published eventually. I'm going to find somebody, or even just have Amazon publish the book. Not in academia, right? Academia is one of those things that you can make an observation of. You can be a part of it as long as you're a well-educated person, you follow citation rules and everything like that. That can be something that you do in your free time, and it's something that I actually pride myself on because I like to do research, I like to learn about stuff. I have the precedent in history to actually do something important. Maybe make an observation or two. I like horticulture, flowers, stuff like that, biology, plant biology. But I mean, studying that kind of thing is something you can do in your free time. It's on the basis there haven't been any new plants on Earth in Discovery ever. Have you noticed that there is no new fruit? There hasn't been a new kind of fruit, in forever ago. There hasn't been a strawberry times two. What is a strawberry? What is this? Double the strawberry? I mean, I'm sure there's like GMOs and MSG and stuff. MSG is just something that you add to like baking, but there hasn't been like the times two strawberry before. Like what would that even be called? The strawberry? I don't even know. There isn't a new fruit or new plant on Earth that we've discovered in a while. Unless we've read it scientifically, and that's part of like the aspect of like looking into that kind of thing. Like when is there going to be research in that kind of thing? And I'm a firm believer in just everything hydroponics at this point. You can grow strawberries in a hydroponic plant, and I would eat them as long as they're at the right temperature and there's no chemicals in them. And actually, that's safer. You know what I mean? It's hidden. As long as you make the ceilings glass or you have some sort of dome structure. Some sort of dome structure, man, like, you can use relative greenhouse gas properties. Heat doesn't escape a dome structure. It doesn't, especially when it's glass paneled from the inside. So then you have you have renewable strawberries, and hey, that's kind of cool, but like, how helpful could that be for the world? Most likely very, right? It's also about water conservation at this point. But that being said, there are a lot of things that don't happen that should, right? There's a lot of things that don't happen. Like when you go to Whole Foods and wait, no, when you where uh, Chuck and Don's? No, it's not Chuck and Don's. You go to Dips and Chips. The place is called Dips and Chips. Okay, Trader Joe's. That's what it is. You go and Trade Joe for something, and you walk up, and here's my chip dip, and it's avocado. For some reason, the avocado chip dip, alright, is like $20. But the price of an avocado is only $1, and you can most likely make a better one at home. That is capitalism in a nutshell. You pay for the branding of the avocado dip, not the actual avocado. And I'm telling you, I have the best guacamole recipe. I'm going to be honest with you. If you ever want to challenge me on that, go ahead and bring me to Egyptian shows. Go ahead and, you know what, sir? You know what, sir? Go ahead and bring me some dips and chips. God, this is taking forever. Oh my god. Oh god, it's taking forever, man. Come on. Right? I just want to play the game, man. Let's get rid of it. Okay, come on. We're just gonna get into it, okay? Come on. I'm sorry. That's funny. Guy waiting in line for something. Come on, man. Come on. I just want a french fry. Guy waiting at McDonald's. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. French fry, man. Come on. Well, I mean, okay. We'll get it. We'll get to it. Let's calm down. Respect the service order, okay? But that's something that I think that like Twitch is too, because we think as a company, sure it's an internet entertainment company, but it's also at the basis of all business, there's also a service offered. What is my service? Well, I can build you a house. I'll remodel your bathroom if you would like me to. I can build you something really nice. I don't even know. I'll retile your bathroom and it'll be very pretty. I can do your flowers for you. I'll be a resident Spanish gardener. Oh, it says it's not responding. We'll just gonna wait. Lunar Veil Legacy. It's just configuring everything. Thank God. It'll be very pretty, I promise you. But like as an artist, you have to make those observations. Sometimes people don't even know how to decorate. They don't, or maybe maybe it's not like I just don't know. Maybe you shouldn't you shouldn't look at things like that where it's like, oh, you didn't know how to get. What's wrong with where you live? You don't know how to decorate. That's most likely their part of their life and their personality, and you should respect that, of course. But also, there's those people that kind of, those are, and I will say this, the difference between Supreme shirts and tap out shirts aren't much to me. Because they're the exact same thing, but there's always that guy that wears the tap out shirt and like he doesn't know how to decorate or anything. On the other hand of that balance initiative, just to balance it out, there's always that guy who's in the Supreme or Bay hoodie who doesn't really know anything about anything, to be honest with you. So they're essentially the same guy, right? So yes, so now we're finally into the game. But I won't wear either, but like that's the same brand. Tap Out is the same brand as Supreme to me. I'm sorry, I don't make the rules. They both say the same thing. But what's the deal? What's the deal with like Tap Out and Supreme and like Coca-Cola? Because it kind of looks just like Supreme looks like a Coca-Cola logo too. Okay, so the game is still glitching, and I don't want it to. We're gonna figure this out. Um, I'm looking mod or excavator key lines activate detects that you have enabled high FPS support motion smoothing feature. Sure stability. High FPS support. It doesn't look like it's very high FPS supporting. In fact, it's glitchy. There's different configurations now. Why do I have to go through this whole process again? God damn it. What is this? Back, high FPS support. Okay. This. Config. UI limit. UI speed limit. Motion tuning off. Responsive mouse. Off. When FPS off. FPS limit. Ticker rate. Now we're looking at this right now. Say config. Maybe this works. To make sure the changes effect is highly recommended for manual toggle and keep this feature turned off. It looks so good already, we just have to make it work. I think... Oh, never mind, here it goes. I think it's just loading, to be honest with you. So this is civilian quarters. And you go over here. Nothing's making it lag. I don't know why it would be doing that. Simulating the world is too expensive. What the heck is that? Look at the, look at the enemies and stuff. They like jump back and forth with like slash motions and stuff. It's actually so cool. The game will run slower than usual. We're gonna have to look this up. Okay. Why has the gaming laptop can withstand Terraria and streaming? I believe so. So this is something that is just quite irritating. There's gotta be like mods that are meant to be turned off. It's a calamity mod. If your heavy lag or simulation slowdowns in Terraria, public game mod, try to process too much of mods, especially heavy mod packs like Calamity. Adjusting just a few in-game settings to for the goose. Goose particles, if you're using high positive settings, mod configuration will lower the max particle limit and disable after images. Hey, this might actually work. Hold on a second. We're just waiting. Just waiting on it. We're just waiting. Trying to get this up and running is a bit much, right? We'll turn down every particle limit. Okay. My max particle cannot display correctly. No screen shake. Max particle. I'll make this to 1000. Because I feel like that's enough particles on the screen. You know what I mean? Like, what's going on here? Well, what's going on here? Do you think anyone over 65 could ever, you know, I think anyone over 65 understands the computer? It would be like, what the hell is all of this, right? That's not ageist at all. I'm not being ageist, I'm just saying, like, when, like, if I ask my grandfather to do something on the computer, he'll tell me to go, like, tell me to frick off, to be honest with you, so. Not in an ageist way, but it's just. No, believe me, if you like Terraria, man, and you're over 65, that's completely cool, you know, about it. All I'm saying, is I don't understand, you know. These swords will have dazzling bright knife light and vast variety of cases. This makes the game cooler. This is kind of cool, I'm not gonna lie. Like all the calamity stuff is really interesting. The game just needs to run correctly. Oh, wind power driven. Not everything. Oh, bullshit. Rich presents. No. Discord rich presents. You don't need that. I'll have zero fun. And then why not the high FPS thing? So, right. Why do I feel like the calamity overall might be a little much, or we'll just see what it does. There's like enough stuff in the game, you know, and we'll just do that after. We'll play it again after, just that on. I would just like this game to start up, and I'm so very hungry. I'm so hungry. Please just work correctly. And the video game crashes once again. God damn it. This is what I'm dealing with it here. But like I said, part of it is the game isn't configured correctly, and the other part is just a grown man who's in the computer disabling things whenever he'd like to. So you never really know with that kind of thing. It's okay. It's fine. Just wait. Like, we'll do this too. Sometimes it can help to go into settings and dedicate the graphics card to it. Put it on the actual graphics card. See, it's 1650. and then it should work. Right. Oh, it's actually running much faster now. Alright, okay. Alright. We're just waiting for this to work. I think I will make french fries after this. Oh, french fry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is just too much for me sometimes. French fry, what a guy. Always on time. I'm not always there when you call. And I'm always on time. And I gave you french fry. I'm going insane here. The gaming laptop can handle Terraria. Please don't tell me that it can. Maybe it's the cozy houseless thing. I don't think it is, to be honest with you. They're just little things that are added into the game. Lunar Veil Legacy is the one that's every time it gets to this mod, right? It doesn't want to work, so I might turn it off just to diagnose the issue. You see how it freezes up with that one? Every time it wants to configure that one. What does it even add? I don't even know. I just wanted to play the game with everything on it. Finalizing here. No, yeah, okay, so this morning, right, and I'll tell you this. This morning, my aunt gave me a coffee, and I'm so serious about it. Man, that was like one of the nicest gestures someone has done for me in so long, was just to give me a coffee. It really did make me happy in a lot of ways, I'm not going to lie. She came in and he was like, here's coffee. I don't care if you sleep on my couch. You don't have to sleep on the ground anymore. And I sat there for a second and I almost cried. I almost cried at that. Hooray! So now you know what. Let's get right on into it. Let's get into this video game, even though we've been waiting for 35 minutes because of it. Oh God, it's not that recipes. Once it is working properly, though, there will be nothing to worry about, and I can just make what I want to make. And it's sort of relaxing online because I've just gone. I've lost a bit of faith in the world, honestly, just from just observations of that last stick. If you, like, mind you, I'm not trying to bring you down at all, but there is a lot of things that go on in the world that shouldn't, and wow, right? Trailing back on that, there's so much more to life than being hung up, I'm sorry, being hung up on those kind of things, to be honest with you, and that's part of, like, working through it. And like I made the observation, like 15, 20 minutes ago about trauma, is that it doesn't go away overnight. Still, that's no reason to take it out on anyone else, not to be, abrasive or half-hearted in interaction with anyone, right? You give it your all, especially if you like to be perceived as like an honest person. But I have gone through way too much. Way too much, I say. Let's see here. Diagnosing this issue is something that is going to be important because I want it to run correctly afterwards, so that I don't have to fix it again. This will not be an issue after this configuration is fine. There's a whole level system added to this mod, which is kind of cool. Waiting, waiting, waiting. For some reason, it wants to be as choppy as possible. That's what we're diagnosing here. Okay, so still choppy. I do not like that the game is able to run. It's a pixel game at the end of the day, so I'm going to figure this out again. Flowers are beautiful. I like that at the bottom of the screen. Flowers are beautiful. You're right. You're right. Okay. So go to manage mobs. We'll turn off that. I want to turn that off too. I want to know if it's really just the Calamity stuff making this happen. Because if it is, then you don't really have to even play the Calamity mod right now. Or it's gonna run improperly without any of that on. You know what I mean? Up or excavator. And Omni Swing. Oh, what is it? Was the Lunar Veil thing? So. Game crashes again from that. I'm sorry. Once this is finally up and running, I swear. We're just sitting here in silence. Right. Okay. And there also is some settings that you can change. And look, this has become a troubleshooting tutorial for making this game run properly now. So there are some things that I just Googled it here, really everything that I needed here. And you know, the laptop is actually a good laptop. If you think you want to know what a GTX 1650 looks like, okay, let's see. Just 1 second. Well, put in Terraria. Will easily run. Look, the GTX 1650 will easily run Terraria at rock solid 60 plus FPS at 1080p, and it vastly exceeds the game's minimum requirement of a 256 megabyte video card. Because Terraria is a lightweight 2D sprite-based game, your GPU will rarely break sweat, allowing you to easily handle max graphics settings. So this should be working properly, I'm going to be honest with you. The laptop isn't damaged. It's not. It's the only thing I keep safe with me. So, I mean, getting this to work properly, it should work, right? I'll just wait for everything to load now. So now that the internet search history says that the graphics card should run it, we'll actually check the specs on the laptop too. So Victus GTX 1650 graphics card Terraria. A quick Google search will show it. It's more powerful enough to run to art. You can easily achieve a smooth 60 FPS at 1080p resolution, higher graphics settings. Plugged in. If you experience any visual stuttering or cursor delay, check your game in-game settings for frame skip is turned on. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, at the end of the day, and I'll show you a picture of my laptop. Should want to run it correctly. I'm gonna be honest with you. Video. Frame skip is on. Background off. I actually kind of like the background though. But do you see how it's skipping, whenever feels like? I don't know why it's doing that at all. And I'll find you a picture of my laptop. I think it's this one. It has a view on it. It's a nice laptop. Wait, is it on the screen? Yes, it is. This is the one that I have. Costing me $600, I believe. I wonder if the price has gone down. It's the only thing that I have. It's my only possession. Yeah, $600. So, and I have I think the 16 gig. Actually, no, the 8 gigabyte. 8 gigs of RAM, which I should have gotten at 16 gig, but it's an extra $200. And at the time period, I was in school, I was in college, so I couldn't really afford that. 1 second. I'll show you what I'm talking about. But I couldn't afford it because I was in college, so I should have gotten the 16 gigabyte one, but the 8 gigabyte one is fine. Um, it's a very good laptop. I'm going to be honest with you. Here are the specs on it. So it should run just fine. We're gonna do quality. We'll do medium, even medium quality here. Okay. So it should run a little better. Language, controls, volume. Let me music down a little bit. Video quality, medium, background, lighting, color. Frame skip is on. Resolution. And this. Oh, you know what? Oh wow. Oh, see, and then they'll just, start. You see that frame skip, that stutter there? That shouldn't be happening at all. So there we go. And now cursor color. Let's make the cursor a different color, right? Let's do yellow. Now it's yellow. Border color. Now it's yellow. I like yellow. Amarillo. Active. En especiosa. Servers, automatically grab, move, force, minimum zoom, attack speed, tooltips. You see that small stutter that happens? That should not be occurring. So I don't know why, but that kind of irritates me a little bit, right? Then I can go into the OBS settings, and we can see. I'll bring up the OBS settings. Well, hold on 1 second. I'll make sure you can see. We'll do fast, and then for some reason it wants to use. I'll make sure you can see it. So now you can see OBS, right? Now, what you want to do is you want to go into settings, right? This is my OBS. Where did the dancing alien go? Hold on 1 second. There it is. There they are. Yep. Oh, fear. So yeah, you go into settings, right, and then you go here, and what you want to do is like you want to, especially with like a budget laptop, you have to like have your stuff in order for it to work properly. So I have video encoder, hardware, that's fine. Video bitrate, it should not be 1,000. I'm gonna be honest with you, it's gonna be around 4,000. Or actually, it should be 6, but I will set it to 5. Encoder preset, quality, hardware, all of this should be in order now. That should be everything with the, so, and the computer can handle streaming and that at the same time. That's what it's bought for. It's actually made for that kind of thing. So we're gonna see how this game runs now. This has a lot of troubleshooting. A lot of troubleshooting. Okay, back. Back. I'll go single player. Use this one. But we'll make a new world. Okay, because I want a new world. Medium world? We'll do medium instead of large. So this is like I this is like the issue that I said with the whole aspect of having personal privacy, especially with things like associated with like streaming or making artwork or um doing anything on the computer, is that if someone decides to mess with it, you may never know what they're doing, you know? Just to call attention to that issue, I really hate when people don't have personal boundaries. Like, if someone puts their hand on my shoulder, even briefly, I get weirded out. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can't handle that kind of thing. I don't like it. I don't like to be touched. I don't like, I don't know, I'm just like not that huge on the whole thing. You know what I mean? I don't like to be touched. I don't like, not even, and I'll even say this just from on the basis of it, not even, really even from my partner. I'm not huge on PDA either. But I mean, I don't have anybody. I'm straight. But, well, actually not straight completely. I'm asexual, but I know when people say, "Oh, you're not straight," most likely assume like gay or like in somewhere. Maybe you're bisexual. No, I'm asexual. There are only certain people that I'll share that with, but primarily women, and most likely only women. But that being said, I want to figure this out. Only women, which is an interesting thing to say. But still, at the forefront of that thought is that I don't like when people just think that they can do whatever they want to me. You know what I mean? Why would anybody ever be able to do what they want to? But yeah, not huge on the whole PDA thing, not huge on the physical contact thing. Even with someone touching my things, I have like a lot of boundary with it, so you never know when something like that is happening. And then I have documented evidence of it happening too. It's just one of those things, man. I had to take like actual pictures, like I don't know, there's so much to it. Okay, running a little bit better this time. This isn't the same world that I was at, right? How am I getting attacked by NPCs? I'm just waiting for this to run correctly. So much troubleshooting. You know what I will tell you? Hold on one second here. Let me just move this real quick. Opens inside screen. I don't like that. Okay, a bit better, right? A bit better. A bit better. Not all the way though. It's still frame skipping and stuttering. And this, that, and the other. So I'm going to try and fix it. I'm glad that the whole first episode of this is just to be troubleshooting it. It's most likely the best course of action too, just because I want it to be working completely. Trying to get up this hill. God damn it. So it runs, you know what? Running correctly now when it stops, right?